Blackbeard and Rocks. About both characters, something mind-blowing has been revealed to us, which I think we should have a deep discussion. Blackbeard is Zebec's son. This scenario gave birth to 100 theories. Along with this, all the scenarios we were seeing, all those scenarios POVs, have been completely changed. Let's start from the beginning. First of all, two things have been revealed to us. Reveal number 1. 56 years ago, Zebec went to Reverie. There, he killed an admiral. After that, he became a wanted man. And reveal number 2. 8 years after this scenario, Zebec went to Elbaf, and Zebec's face was revealed to us. Yes, it's a different matter that we still haven't seen a panel. What does he look like? But it was mentioned that Zebec's hair was shown as two-tone hair, and he looks like Blackbeard. Because he is Blackbeard's father, both these reveals are massive. First, let's talk about the first scenario. 56 years ago, Zebec killed an admiral, and we know that 56 years ago, for the very first time, Garp and Sengoku joined the Marines. As far as I can imagine, Kong at that time was most likely a Vice Admiral. I wonder how many admirals there were at that time. One admiral or maybe more people, because there's no idea if they'll verify this or not. The scenario back then was different, and the scenario now is different. So if Zebec and Whitebeard were the same age, we know Whitebeard was 72 years old. That means 56 years ago, when Rocks killed an admiral, at that time, Rocks was just 16 to 20 years old. So at the age of just 16 to 20, he took down an admiral. That's a great feat, bro. It clearly tells us how strong Rocks actually was, about which we didn't know. And Rocks was the first man who, by killing an admiral, became a wanted man. Because before that, there was no bounty on his head. He wasn't a criminal. But after killing an admiral, he became a wanted man. We know this scenario happened 56 years ago in Reverie. But the question should be, how did Rocks go to Reverie? As I already said, there are two possible scenarios. Rocks was a Marine, or Rocks was a king. The Marine theory is very weak, because we already know Dragon was also in the Marines, so if Rocks was also in the Marines, the scenario would be repeated. So the strong prediction should be that Rocks was from a royal family, or Rocks was a king of a kingdom that was aligned with the world government. For that reason, he could go to Reverie. So if the scene is like this, the question arises, 56 years ago, which kingdom was he the king of? Which island did he rule over? The answer should be Hachinosu. The same island that Blackbeard has taken over, which Blackbeard has currently made his own island and wants recognition from the world government. Trust me bro, it makes 100% sense. Because to go to Reverie, you have to be a king of an island or a main person who is aligned with the world government. So the answer is simple. The island we know today as Pirate Island Hachinosu, perhaps Zebec was the king of that island. And Zebec kept that island in alliance with the world government. For that reason, Zebec could go there. And after going there, a rebellion started and he took down an admiral there. But the question should be, why did he do such a thing after going there? Why did he kill an admiral? The answer should be that Rocks knew about the empty throne, which is absolutely not empty. Someone is sitting there, ruling. And we know what Zebec's dream was. What was his ambition? It's already been told. Rocks' ambition was to become the king of the world. He wanted to be the king of the entire world, bro. But he knew that to become the king of the world, the one sitting on that throne had to be brought down. That is Imu-sama. Trust me. And I can bet all my money on this that Zebec knew about Imu. Zebec wanted to be a king. For that reason, he knew that to become a king, the one sitting on the throne had to be brought down. That's why Zebec made his island an alliance with the world government, so that he could go to Reverie. And from there he got a lot of information, and perhaps some conflict happened. For that reason, he became a wanted man. Later, perhaps Rocks started his journey, meaning the journey to become a pirate, where he took Whitebeard, took Kaido, took Big Mom, and became the Rocks pirate. All this happened after killing the admiral. But even after all this, Rocks' ambition to become the king of the world didn't end. Rocks was still wanted to be the king of the world. Yes, it's a different matter that you can ask here. How are you so sure that Rocks wanted to do this? So look, Rocks' son has been revealed. It's Blackbeard. Blackbeard is doing the same thing, bro. The former main man of Hachinosu, or you can say King Wangji, Blackbeard defeated him. And likely, he might have killed him too. After defeating him, he took control of Hachinosu. And what did he name it after changing the name? Pirate Island. And what did he say, bro? I have a plan. I want to make this pirate island my own country. A country that will be a member of the world government. He wants to bring it into alliance with the world government, just like his father did. So why would he step on Hachinosu out of so many different islands? Maybe because it's the same island where Rocks once ruled. He was the king of Hachinosu at that time. Blackbeard is following in his footsteps. He took this island under his control and is doing the exact same thing as his father. He wants to make that island a member of the world government. For what reason? He wants to go to Reverie. He wants to build ties with the world government. Because if he does that, he'll get closer to the world government. And what will happen by getting closer? Guess it, it's very easy. Blackbeard also knows about it. The empty throne is not empty at all. Someone is sitting there. After all, he is the son of Rocks D. Zebec. He has a great build-up. He definitely knows about Imu-sama, bro. Zebec wanted to become the king of the world, but he couldn't do it. But Blackbeard wants to do it. Remember Blackbeard's line, "A man's dream will never die." A man's dream will never die, bro. This dialogue fits with his father. Zebec's dream, his ambition, was to become the king of the world, but he couldn't do it. But his dream is still alive. His will is being carried by Blackbeard. So Zebec's will is alive through Blackbeard. And Blackbeard pirates have already told us, Blackbeard wants to conquer the world. Bro, it's crystal clear in front of us, and Blackbeard is just following his father's footsteps. He's carrying his father's will. He's keeping his dream alive. What Zebec couldn't do, Blackbeard will do. Blackbeard knows about Imu-sama, and he has a plan. I've already made a theory video. Blackbeard could be the final villain. But you guys didn't believe me. You think no, Blackbeard can't do it or something. But Blackbeard's build-up is happening strongly. And after this reveal, I'm 100% sure Blackbeard is actually him, bro. And no wonder. From the start, Shanks has been collecting intel after intel on Blackbeard. Even Shanks himself said Blackbeard will be aiming for the top. I hope you remember the conversation between Whitebeard and Shanks, bro. Shanks had already given us a hint, but Blackbeard knows about every single thing. But he's the kind of guy who waits for an opportunity. He stays quiet. He keeps himself hidden. He was with Whitebeard. He was hiding on Whitebeard's ship, so that everything would come under Whitebeard's name. Whitebeard would be the main man in front of everyone. But no one would know about Blackbeard. In a pirate crew, if there's a guy like Whitebeard, you won't pay much attention to the people around him. The main focus will stay on Whitebeard, so Shanks said the same thing about him. He kept himself hidden until the last moment. He didn't want fame for himself, didn't want a name for himself. He didn't want to be a captain, he was just waiting for a good opportunity. And when he got enough power, he started making his move. And as Shanks said, Blackbeard will be aiming for the top. Blackbeard is doing exactly that, bro. Blackbeard knows about Imu-sama. Blackbeard has a plan. And if you remember correctly, Blackbeard was the reason the Marineford War actually happened. It was because he defeated Ace. Everything started after he defeated Ace. And who benefited from this Marineford War? Blackbeard did. Zebec's dream to become the king of the world never died, bro. It lived on, and it was inherited by his son, Blackbeard. So just like Zebec went to Reverie and tried to do something with those people, Blackbeard is thinking about doing the same. After all, Blackbeard's ultimate goal is to conquer the world. I know, right? Right now, our main focus is on Imu. He's very powerful, belongs to ancient times. Everyone is focusing on Imu and underestimating Blackbeard too much. But mark my words, Blackbeard will do something that will leave us completely speechless. And another thing I noticed, a lot of people are asking, if Blackbeard is Zebec's son, then why is Blackbeard's name is Marshall D. Teach? Why isn't it Rocks D. Teach? The reason behind this is simple, bro. Blackbeard didn't take his father's name, Rocks. Blackbeard took his mother's name, Marshall, bro. Just like Ace. He didn't take his father's name, but took his mother's name, Portgas, bro. What happened because of this? People didn't notice that Ace was Roger's son. They didn't focus on him. He was saved. Even though Ace always hated Roger, we've seen that. But in Blackbeard's case, the same scenario happened. But in this case, he's the opposite of Ace. He doesn't hate his father. He admires him. He admires him for that reason. Blackbeard's ship's name is Saber of Zebec, bro. A clear-cut answer is coming in front of us. Blackbeard admires his father Zebec so very much. Like, more than we can imagine, bro. Blackbeard had a plan from the very beginning. From the start when Whitebeard took him on his ship. It was all part of his plan. And Zebec's aura, for some reason, when I see it, it feels like the devil fruit Blackbeard has. Maybe it's the same devil fruit Zebec had. Yes, many people say Zebec didn't have a devil fruit. I don't believe that, because Roger pirates are the opposite of Rock's pirates. Look at Roger's members, Scopper Gaban, Roger, Rayleigh. They didn't have devil fruit powers. But on the other side, look at Rock's pirates. Kaido had a devil fruit. Big Mom had one, Whitebeard had one. It's possible that Zebec had the Yami Yami no Mi, which Blackbeard currently has. He was waiting for this devil fruit. When he got it, he even took down Whitebeard and started his game with that power. Every single one who had a problem with Zebec, he's picking them off and killing them. Bro, it's more like Blackbeard's revenge arc is going on. Look, first of all, we know Zebec had a conflict with Roger. But Roger's son, Ace. What did Blackbeard do? He fought Ace. He defeated Ace. But He didn't kill him, he used his big brain and handed him over to the Marines. Because he knew if Ace got caught, Whitebeard would come to save him. And there, Blackbeard would finish both of them. After Ace died, Blackbeard's first revenge was done. He killed Roger's son. And who died next? Whitebeard. The question is, why did Whitebeard die? Now for the answer to this question, we'll have to wait for the full flashback of God Valley. Maybe there was a scenario where we can see Whitebeard and the others, perhaps left Rocks alone to die. Maybe Whitebeard didn't agree with Zebec's ideals, he chose a different path. All this will only be clear after the full God Valley flashback comes. But for now, we can easily assume, why did Blackbeard actually kill Whitebeard? It becomes clear. Blackbeard killed Roger's son to take revenge for his father. He finished Whitebeard. And who's left? Garp. Because we know, in God Valley, Roger and Garp fought together against Zebec. And Zebec died there, right? So where is Garp now? He's under Blackbeard. Blackbeard is killing all the people who had a problem with his father. As I said, Blackbeard's revenge arc is going on. Literally, he's carrying his father's will. Not only did he take Hachinosu under his control, but before that, Wang Ji, who was a former Rocks pirate member, he defeated him. Again, another Rocks pirate member. And we know Blackbeard went to Amazon Lily, which is the home of Gloriosa, again another former Rocks pirate bro. To sum it up, the multiple scenarios we've seen of Blackbeard, every single moment was a revenge arc for Blackbeard for real. The panel where Shanks went to talk about a certain pirate, it's possible that certain pirate was Blackbeard. Maybe he went to reveal that Blackbeard was the son of Rocks D. Zebec, who at that time was a huge threat to the world government. With that reveal, maybe at that moment, the elders knew Blackbeard knows about their secret that he wasn't supposed to know. And later we saw literally Emu has Blackbeard's poster. The reason Luffy's poster came is obvious, he has the Nika fruits we know, Shirahoshi, Poseidon. But Blackbeard? Why? What reason, bro? Because Emu knows Blackbeard is a huge threat to him that he absolutely cannot ignore. Just like Blackbeard knows Emu exists. And as Shanks said, Blackbeard will be going for the top. And as we know from Blackbeard Pirates, Blackbeard wants to conquer the world. He didn't say he wants to become the pirate king or something, no bro. He wants to rule the entire world, just like his father. So things are getting interesting. It's been a long time since Blackbeard has been shown. Blackbeard is doing something really big, bro. And we already know Imusama said Marie Joie's on fire. The whole of Marie Joie's is burning, bro. We're assuming Dragon did it, but what if Blackbeard has already done something? With the upcoming chapters, a lot will be revealed, and we'll keep talking about it on this channel. If you haven't subscribed, do it, bro. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.